Hey everyone, today we are going to talk about Archicad. So to begin with, I'm going to go to my desktop, then click on Archicad. Then we are going to wait for it to load. Once it has loaded, these are the projects which I was working on before. So now that we are going to start a new project, we are going to the left hand corner of the screen. Then we click there 2 times. Then we come here, Archicad 23 template. So we are going to use the Archicad 23 template. Then work environment profile, we are going to use the default profile. Then we click on new. Our working environment is ready. We are going now to extend elevations to the extreme corner. So this is the north elevation. We are going to extend it up to this point. So what we are going to do, we are going to press on the escape. The escape key on the keyboard is on the top left corner of the keyboard. So once we click there, and then we are going to see this arrow tool being highlighted. Once it's highlighted, then you keep on pressing the shift, and then you wrong press the mouse, and then you first highlight the elevation you want to drag, then you wrong press your shift, and then you move the elevation up to the point where you want it, then you leave it there, then you again come and click on another elevation, then you again keep on pressing the shift, then you move the elevation up to the point where you want it, then you again click in order to highlight it. So you will do the same with other elevations. So now our working environment is ready. We are going to start with the wall tool. So we are going to click on the wall. Once we click on the wall, then there appears this box. So this is where we are going to set our wall from. So we are going to use the basic. There is composite, and then complex. So we are going to click on basic. Basic for the moment we are going to use not linked. Then we are going to then here it is wall thickness. We are going to use here the dimensions are in millimeters. So we are going to use 360 for the thickness, or we are going to use let's use 400 millimeters. Then we press. Then for the height, we are going to use 360 millimeters. And then we come here, and for the materials, we are going to use brick. So we can choose any material you want to use. So we are going to use brick. Let's choose brick common bond. If you want to use the same material for both inside the interior and the outside, we shall come and click on this point. So that means it will group all of them together. Then we click OK. So our working units are in millimeters, but we are going to change them and put them in meters. So we are going to come on. So we are going to come on options. Then we go to project preferences, then working units. Working units, we come here, so it is in we are going to put as decimal places. Decimals. We are going to use 2. Area unit, square meters, yes. Volume, square cubic meters, yes. Angle, decimal degrees, yes. Then we come to layout. Layout, we are going to use meters. Then decimals, we are going to use 2 also. Then we click OK. So once you click again on the wall, we are going to realize that our wall has changed. 3.6. The height is going to be 3.6 meters. So that's okay, and that's also we click. Okay. So yeah, so we are here. This is the wall tool. You can press your cursor onto the any tool, then it will show the word to describe what it is. So our Archicad environment has two types of tools. So here the first tool is the design tool, which is a 3D, and then there is documents. This one shows also only in 2D. So we are going to start with the wall tool. So, but before starting, here we can bring our cursor towards this extreme end, and then you see the arrow in this type. So you can left click, then you keep on pressing, then you try to adjust up to this point, then it will show the words of what each and everything means. So that is it. So we are going to start with our wall. So what do you do? In order to make it, if it is to make it a straight, you press on shift, then you keep on pressing shift, then you continue dragging your mouse up to the distance which you want. Here, so maybe up to this point, then I click. Then maybe here I want to use maybe 25. I press 25, then enter. Then I will again press shift, then continue moving the mouse. Then I drag my mouse up to this point here. Then I left click. Then I again press this point now and again press here. Now, once this one is done, this is now my wall. Then the next point is the door tool. The door tool is also here. Once we click on the door tool, the door will appear here, and then we can set our dimensions which we want to use. So for example, here the width, it is 0.9, which is okay. Then the height, it is 2.1, but if you want, you can change it to any dimensions you want. Say you want to use maybe 2.12. So that's all. Then here the seal, it is okay. I can leave it like that. Then you keep on pressing, you keep on dragging the mouse to see if there is anything else we are supposed to set. No. So that's all. Then we are going to press it along the wall. You cannot press we cannot press a door on the working environment only if there is no wall, so it won't appear. But once we bring it to the wall, you will see it along the wall. You will see the symbol for the door. So I want to put my door here. Then I give it a direction. Maybe I want to put another door along here. So that's all for the door. Then this is the 2D, which shows the ground floor. Then this is the 3D, which shows which shows our wall in 3D. So once we click on the wall in 3D, you will see we are going to see our wall, which is here. So now this is the wall we have created, but maybe this wall is too big, so we can reduce it. So what do? You press on escape, then you will see this arrow being highlighted. So you come on this wall, then you left click. Once you left click, Then you click on the X on the any point on the wall. Once you click there, and then there comes a box here. So you come and click on this box. It shows stretch. Once it shows stretch, that means we can reduce our wall. So you may come here and press it along here. So you will see that our wall has extended up to this point. So then once we again press there, then we can, you will see another one which shows drag. So with drag, that means we can drag that word. That means we can only drag it and press it to any other point, for example. So it has shifted from here and it's now here. So let's press it back to where it was. So once you again press it there, then there comes a symbol like this, which is rotate. So we can rotate our word. For example, I can click here. Then once I click here, and then there comes this symbol. So I'll first click on this word, then choose the line choose the line along the rotation from. Then maybe I want to do it along this line. Then you can choose the rotation where I want to rotate it up to. So it's now like this. So let's press Ctrl Z for undo. Ctrl Z. Then we can again, and then once we again press on this point, there comes this. We come to this point, which is mirror. So with the mirror, it's like also like rotate, but for it, it is going to change it to another direction. So once we press it along here, then we again press it along here, and then we are going to see we can rotate it to any point we want. So say we want to mirror it up to this point. So we can come back on this. There are two arrows. There is this arrow shows undo. We can again press there and then it comes back. Then there is this also this point which shows elevate. Then there is also multiply to for very many lines. So so for the moment let's leave that. So that's it for the word. So we wanted to reduce our word so that it becomes a bit small. So what we are going to do is we are going to come onto this point. So we are going to do our shift. So now we want to reduce this one. So we are going to come back to stretch. Then we stretch it up to this point. Then we are going to also drag our door. So we shall come back here and press on drag. Once we press on drag, then we are going to press it along here. Now our wall has reduced a bit, and that's all. So in order to measure the height of this wall, we shall come back to this point, measure. Then we click on the first point, then we click on the second point, and it is telling us that it is 3.6, which we had set. So that was it. That's it. Now that we have reduced our wall, that's how it looks like. Then the next part we are going to go to the window tool. So the window tool is this part. Once we click on the window, then it will also appear here. And then if you want to do the settings along here, so we can double click on the window, and then we choose the type of the window we want to use. There is a basic window. Once we click on each window, then it will appear here. Here there is a basic window, which is this. Then there is a bay and bow windows like this. Then there is empty window like this. Here it will just create a space for the window, but there will be no window. Then there is historic window. Then there is a single double hang window. Of the window you click on, it will appear. So for me, I'm going to use the basic window, and then I will use window 23. Once I click on the window 23, then it will appear here. So you can choose how you want to view it from here, how you want to set your dimension. For example, here there is this part here. Here it is in plan. Then here it is in 3D. Then there is this part here. It is showing the extremity. Then here it is the way you are seeing it here. So that's all for the window. Then we press OK. So we are going to come back here on the 2D part. Then we can press our window. I'm going to press it here and again here and then on 3D. That's how it's gonna look like. This is the slab, and for the slab, we can put it along here maybe. So that's our slab here. You see it. That's our slab inside. So we can also increase. We can also increase our slab. Say for example, we want to increase and put there and increase it up to the extremity. So we are going to move. Then we increase it up to here. And then we continue it up to this point. At any point, we are going to also come on this extremity. Then make sure that the one which is highlighted or it is in green color. So once we click here, you will see our wall being our slab being like this, which is the ground. I can move this slab up to the top. So what I do, you just click on this drag. If you click on drag, you can move it up to the top. So if you want, you can again come here on this part and make sure that you reduce it. Say I want to reduce it up to this point. Again, click on this point. So now I want to put it at the extremity. Now there. So that's all for the slab. Then there are also stairs. For the stairs, then we can once you click on the stairs, it will also appear along here. So once it appears along here, then you can also do its settings. Here it shows the bottom, it shows the top and bottom. The bottom is at 0 and then the top is at 3. If you want, you can change it and make it 3 meters maybe. Then start with the trade, and we can choose this one. Then the width, I'm going to use 1.5. The number of risers, it's 20, which is okay. Number of risers is 20. Then the riser height, it is 18, which is okay. So once I come back here, and so maybe I want to show just how it looks like. So that's our stair. So this is the stair part. This is the railing. For example, if I want to put a railing along here, I can click here, here, maybe here, up to here, and then I press enter. So this is its railing. Then we go, this is the roof part with the roof. So let's first take back this slab. So what we do, we just come back here on one of the points, we click there, and then we move again to the drag, then we click on the drag, then it will give us the straight line where we are going to drag from. If you want to be correct, we shall move up to now. It has the first point here and it has the second point here. That means we have reached now at the bottom. We click here, then you find that it has gone back to the bottom. So if you want to put that the roof, you click there, and then it will provide you with different options, the different types of roofs you want to use. You can use a flat roof, generic roof, and pitch roof. So we are going to use maybe pitch roof tiles. So what we do, we are going to come here and again come at the next extremity, and that's our roof. So we want to move it. We are going to press escape. We are going to click on this point, then click on drag, is already highlighted. Then we shall move along here. So that's our roof looks like. Then now we are going to go to the 2D. For 2D, you see, once we are in 3D, it is showing in this form. But once we go back to 2D, then you see it's like this. Here it's used to show the dimensions. For example, we want to measure from here up to here. So we just come and click on this part. Then click on any dimension you want to measure. Then come maybe up to this point. Again, left click. Then if you want to maybe measure that one, we shall come here on the free space. Then double click. Then you see this line. Then you can continue this line along this line. Then you see this high line being highlighted, showing black. Then you again left click. Then you can move along this point. The instance of bringing it along here, so it means that this line is going to be measured in relation to this line. So it's going to, we can now continue up to where we want our dimensions to be. Then you click here. If you want to change the size of the dimensions, you can come along, you can come back to the arrow, then come here and highlight it. So from there, we shall come onto this point, then we change the dimensions. I can make it to 5. Once I make it 5, you see here it is changing. Then I can change the color of the dimensions. You can change them to any color you want. You can make them red, you can make them maybe in that form. Then this is the text tool. If you want to write anything you want. Then you can say maybe this is the run to and press OK. So that's the line. Then the fill tool, it helps you when you are measuring, when you want to measure the area of any space. For example, the area of this space we are using. So you just come and click on fill, then click on the ends of the area you want to measure. Then you come back in the middle. So once you click on this part on the fill tool, then you should come back here and click on show area text. So once you click on show area text, let's go back. So once we click there and then we click on the first point, the second point, the third point, then we come back up to this point where we started from. Now it is showing the area depending on the measurements we set. So it is saying here it is 767.736 meters. So that one shows the area. Then we come to the line. This you can use to draw a line, but only in 2D. So that's all for today. Thank you.